Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your friend Amish with another video today, and in this one I just wanted to break down my thoughts. Another video that just showcases how to think about gameplay, spawns, rotations, mindset while you're playing. I know we're kind of in the final season, actually the final week of MW2 or MW3, excuse me, and you know, before we transition into Black Ops 6, I just wanted to kind of showcase one last time, one final hoorah, some gameplay, just to help you guys kind of think about map flow, rotations, how to think about when to position yourself in certain ways, how to get certain kills. So hopefully it helps. If you found any of this helpful, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. I also do stream on Twitch. Come check it out here. And with all that said, let's get into the video. All right, so what we've got is a game on Karachi. So you know, pretty typical stuff at this point in the season. Of course, I know the maps pretty well. So I'm listening to callouts. I do get that kill, and so now that there's 3 dead, my mindset, you know, whenever you have 3 down, at least 3 down, sometimes even 2, but at least 3, you should be thinking in terms of like, how can I reposition myself, and like, what is the next best thing for me to do, to either hold this position or support my team. And in my case right here, my thinking was, I have top third control. This is a great power position for this hole.
I got all B Street.
Let me just focus B Street and cover this. And this way, my teammates can all focus top fire, and they can focus on the flank. And that's the exact call out I give here.
Top fire, bottom fire. Or flank.
Sure enough, I see this guy here. I do get shot at, but I'm in a low enough position where I'm not going to get killed from it, or teammates should be able to get it. I do see the hill is contested here, so I back up.
My God.
We do get another 2-piece down, but this is just a great position to hold. I tend to recommend doing it this way and holding B Street from this angle for this exact reason, because then you don't have to, like, your teammates can focus on top fire and watching the flank, and that way you don't have to as much.
Behind. Yeah, they flank.
So that guy did get to top apartments, and I didn't catch it, but, you know, sometimes that's just the way it happens. But I have 2 teammates there still, luckily. But, you know, for step 1, just have that power position in mind. Think about getting in a place where it'd be hard for them to get you out of, where they're going to have to spend some energy trying to get you out of, where you can really support your team.
Top red.
Barrels.
Just contest that shit. Try to. He's by himself. Nice. Somebody in hill rotate. I can bump you guys out. I can bump you out. Barrels. Nice, huge kill.
So at this point, I'm just getting the scrap here. I'm trying to figure out where they are. I heard the call out bus, and I do see that there's a guy top yellow. We just got stunned from top yellow. So now my thinking is, okay, I don't really want to run at this. So there's 3 of us here. Only 1 teammate I can see up on my mini map here is about to contest the hill, and there's not really going to be a lot he's going to be able to do by himself, because we just got a whole bunch of kills. They're probably all going to be set up at New Hill, so there's not, it's going to be tough for us to break it head on. I do see a teammate go top red, another one just spawned in, but I opt to take this route to be able to open it up for my teammates. And sure enough,
he jumped top red, top fire, top fire.
Nice. Sure enough, I get that timing, that information, and that call out, and it allows my teammate to kill this guy top yellow out of this power position, which is another great power position for a couple of hills, but particularly P2, this top yellow roof up here. Again, somewhere that you can very easily get a lot of information, deal a lot of damage, and it's tough for them to get you out of unless they spend a lot of time, like what I had to do here.
Porta potty's weak.
God, I turned on him.
Back alley.
So they're playing really smart here, where they're not really exposing themselves from the hill very much, so it's forcing us to kind of spend some energy going at them at the hill, right? And I kind of messed up here. I thought I had a good timing, but I didn't really check my right. As you can see on the mini map up here, I didn't, you know, there's a guy just sitting there bottom arches ready to help out his team. We're of course all going to be spawning back here, which means they're spawning P3 side. So even though we do have close spawns, it means that whole wide open area over there by arches is wide open. I get shot at, and I don't get behind cover in time to have any cover, so and I end up dying because of it.
Back bus.
Luckily, my teammates are there contesting.
We have close spawns. They're spawning red. They're spawning red. Rush him. 3v1.
So at this point, I called out 3v1 because I know that one guy just killed me on arches. It's possible he ran onto time, but more than likely, because they just had 2 down, both of the last 2 guys probably both aren't on time. But even then, it's a 3v2. So, you know, in my mind, I'm just looking at the feed. I see that there's 2 dead, and I have 3 teammates all near the time somewhere. Like, they should be using that opportunity to just rush them all together and try to get a couple trades and hopefully come out on top, right? I mean, a 3v2 advantage, you think if each kill cancels out another kill, you should win. But they do get a kill from top fire. So I hear there's one top fire, so I know that. And so I'm kind of exposed right here, but I'm expecting to kill a guy maybe behind counter here. At this point, I'm not really super eager to chow the guy back room because I don't really want to take myself out of the play too much at this point. I don't have a ton of support. I do have a guy kind of close, but I don't know really where he's at. We're not really in a very forward momentum sort of position. Like, so I'm just trying to play my life and contest at this point. But now my teammate is here. So I honestly should have probably broken the back room with him. I do see as soon as he's ready to break in the back room, my teammate Vader here, I'm ready to hop over the counter and go in and get his trade if he doesn't get the kill. But luckily he does. So at this point, it's probably best for one of us to start rotating. I mean, there's only 10 seconds left. And ours start getting shot at here. So this is another, I think, key moment here. So while my teammate is probably smart to just try to kill that guy, my teammate who's here with me, I call out top fire, whoever's in P1, because I know my teammates, I can tell on the minimap, they're on the other side of the map, probably either over on B Street or something like that. And they will probably have a pretty good look at top fire to try to get a kill from up there. And so for me, it's more important to just live right here. Like, I'm not going to chow this guy when I'm at 1 HP. Like, I don't want to get killed and spawn all the way back by white truck at the other end of the map when we need to be rotating. So I'm playing my life here. This is definitely a takeaway. Like, if you're weak and you look at the time, like, think about what it would mean to die at that moment. And is it worth trying to get a kill? And for me, it's definitely not. So I see they're contesting, and I can't believe I didn't die here. But I managed to turn on this guy and get that huge kill.
Oh, this guy's pissed.
Which they're all over this. They're all over this.
So that call out to me tells me, okay, even though I just killed that guy, he's probably going to spawn with his buddies down at P3, even though it looks like there's a good amount of us there. I probably didn't spawn him out. So we're still going to have an uphill battle. If anything, like, I really, in that scenario, just saved myself from getting myself spawned out, but it probably helped them. And so here's another huge learning moment. So 2 teammates just died to the same guy who we got the call out as top third. So my teammate Vader and I think we made a really smart call here by not pushing in. So this is like one of those times you really want to learn, like, when to try to break or move forward, advance, and when to just hold your position. In this scenario, it's basically a 2v4 retake or break, a hill break. So they have control of the hill, and they have all their guys there, assuming and we're assuming they're all in, like, good positions. They're just holding angles and just kind of waiting. Sometimes you're playing against aggressive people who are more in the mindset of, like, going out and taking map control. But in this specific scenario, they're just doing a really good job. So here, I think the important job is to just hold our position and just try to get picks like we just did. I'm expecting a guy to come here. He doesn't. But now that all 4 of us are here and he says top third, I'm like, okay, I can make this cross.
Oh my God.
He said there's a dude back there. Ideally, I should have had that trade. It's kind of on me for not getting that. But, you know,
I should have had that fucking guy. I shouldn't have lost that.
That probably would have helped. So here again, what I'm trying to do, rather than chow from the same angle, I'm trying to chow from the angle where their rotation, like, I'm trying to cut off their rotation to new here. So I get some top third control. I try to kill the guy off a time. Unfortunately, there's another guy up there. So, you know, I do get killed. But at least it slows him down a little bit. Teammate saves me right there, luckily. I throw that stun just to try to slow him down a little bit, and I do actually get a stun, which is huge, and teammates get 2 kills. So this position right here is a great example of a power position for this hill. It's a position where I can have a lot of map control, I can deal a lot of damage, play for information. As you can see, I do get a 2-piece, and even though that guy top third kills me, I can call him out, and at the most it's only a 2v1, and we spawn close. So at this point we can get a lot of positioning. They do have an opportunity to get a guy behind us here, but luckily we have one teammate left who manages to stay alive and take one down with him.
Somebody go next.
And yeah, at this point it's good to go next. I can get a couple kills here and at least keep it white. At this point, this is one of those hills that we call a scrappy hill. It's not really meant to... it's okay to not get a lot of time on here because it's so hard to hold. It's so exposed. And I managed to check out that guy a little bit. So this was a huge play for me as well. I unfortunately don't get the best timing, but I do get one guy. I expected more to be spawning in right there because I knew we had control of the back already. And luckily we have control here. But
actually, whoever spawned in just
so because one just died, I'm like, okay, I need to rotate and move up. And I'm glad that I told somebody to watch mid. I should have listened to my teammates call out there who said they're pushing hard, and I should have just stayed back and held my line a little bit better, I think.
Fuck. How did that not hit him?
So it's all good here. We're keeping it white, and we're doing a good job at sort of knowing when to attack the hill and from what angles. So we're at least keeping this game close. And again, right here I'm going for a power position.
How many of them are there?
They chow that shit.
And so right here I think was a really smart play too. Instead of looking at P1, I'm solely looking for the guy who's I know is going to come up here and try to get a power position. And sure enough, I do get the kill, luckily. And I immediately turn to look and see if there's more guys coming up or more guys coming from that side. I can see I have a guy in red. And crazily enough, I didn't expect 2 guys to be on that time. So I do get one, but unfortunately we're not able to... We're not all in position to be able to capitalize on that. But we do have spawns for new. So now we're in that re-break scenario again where they have all the power positions. So I'm taking a little bit of a route here again to try to soften them up. For some reason there's a guy up there, but I do call him out. But we are just we're just not really in any good positions to be able to break this hill. It looks like my teammates are contesting it, luckily, but for me, I'm thinking already a step ahead, like 20 seconds left. Like, I'm just going to make sure we have spawns for this. Looks like we do. My teammate Vader's pushing up, which is good to get another position. And we do get some time, which tells me they're out of position or they're ready to come to this one. So I'm trying to just hold down the hill right now. I do see that guy over on that side of the hill, but my teammates are finding all the right kills. And this is a great position to watch Little Wall from. I don't have a trophy, which is a little bit more ideal. But I just saw my teammate spawned out, which means they're going to be spawning right where my gun is. So I'm expecting any moment to get a kill here. But most of the time, teams figure out not to chow that. But I do manage, if you heard that, that guy gets a little upset. Which anytime you can go for those checkout kills where you're making them upset, you know, you can do it. Unfortunately, they double chow. And we don't have the manpower there to get those kills. So we do want to try to soften them up a little bit.
Watching fucking yellow car from windows. He's front windows.
I do manage to get out with my life there and get a call out. So hopefully my teammates can kill him off and we can get a little bit of scrap. But I'm also anticipating they're going to be here.
Okay.
So we do get the scrap, and I see there's one behind me. And I don't think I make it out. Yeah, he kills me from around a wall, unfortunately.
We have to get this. Nice.
We spawn kind of close, but at least I didn't spawn all the way out. So I immediately throw a stun, and I do get one. So I just try to dive across here. This is a great position to have for this hill. I'm going to pause it here real quick. This back corner right here is a great position to hold for this hill, because it's one of those positions where it's pretty much impossible to get somebody out of there without expending a lot of time and energy. Because you're literally back in the corner of the map. There's no way they can get behind you or from this side of you. They all have to come from this side. So I'm expecting they're going to run out. They haven't run out yet. My teammates have mid completely secured. We have 2 people on time, somebody in junkyard. I know they're pretty much all going to be coming from top chicken, top third, and bottom chicken here. So this is a great position. I didn't play it the best though, as you'll kind of see. I'm holding the whole cross though, so ideally I should at least get one free kill from this position once they break out, because they don't know that I'm here. I can always come and hide behind this wall. I have my equipment. Unfortunately, I didn't capitalize on it the best, mostly because they timed it really well and 2 of them chowed at once. So my sight immediately goes to this guy because he was the first one I saw dropping down. And right at that moment, this guy runs around the corner and he's able to get a timing on me. And I do get one of them weak, but this guy makes it through to the back.
One at the back.
And that's why it's important to pay attention to names. Even though I said that was him, that actually wasn't him. It wasn't goons that killed me. It was this guy, and they do kill him. So we're at 30 seconds. And luckily my teammate calls out. He's in the back still. So we got him there. So, I mean, you could say that even though I didn't really get a kill there, I did do a little bit of damage to help get the assist, and I got the information. So for this hill specifically, I would highly recommend that back corner as a power position to try to hold, because you can just watch so much. You can watch this cross, and they really can't kill you from anywhere. I mean, you're pretty much unkillable if you're back there, unless that exact scenario happens, especially if you have a trophy or flak on. You know, you're not even going to get naded out of that position. So I mean, it's definitely something I would recommend. Here I'm just watching the cross, and here, this is a great opportunity to take some map control. I have a teammate who's already kind of watching that same angle. He's holding chicken. I have 2 teammates in time, so they're really hunkered down. So for me, it's more, it would be more of an advantage to just spread out and try to take a little bit of control and just try to find some angles or places I could soften them up a little bit. So I do that here. I do see there's one top third, and I see him on my mini map. I know exactly where he is, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to hit him from this angle unless he peeks. But out of the corner of my eye, I managed to see this guy luckily in time, and I get that kill. I'm expecting a guy to chow me, and he doesn't, but I just take cover since I'm one shot.
Another one going up there.
And at this point, so I actually had a feeling that they knew that they were getting chased. I see my guy on time. I know we need to rotate to new, but instead of just cutting through mid-map, I'd much rather play for that top third control. And I had a feeling my teammate was going to die right here, because I had a feeling they were just going to be holding the angle just like I was doing earlier. But I also had a feeling that they weren't going to be expecting 2 of us to run up there. So I do put my gun up just in case. But at this moment, when I saw that guy hop up, I knew there was going to be 2 of them because I saw a guy hop up there previously. So I kill him, and I'm looking for the other guy. But unfortunately, he gets a good timing on me. But the fact that I took 1 down with me was huge. I mean, they have at least a little bit less map control there. And I call him out, and luckily my teammate, Caboose here, is just positioned perfectly for this hill. This is another great example of a power position for this specific hill, the B Street hill over here on Bridge. Being able to get kills from Bridge is huge. And finally, although this is, again, what I'd consider a very scrappy hill, meaning like it's really difficult to string together long stretches of time on because you can just be you're kind of out in the open. This is another great power position here, bottom store. So I drop a trophy for my team, and at this point, it's again another reason it's considered a power position is because it's not a traditional power position in the sense that you're guaranteed to be able to do a lot of damage from it. I mean, I can pretty easily contest the hill or shoot at anybody who's on the hill, but I can't really play for a lot of information from here. It's not like one of those types of power positions, like an elevated position. It's more just like a nice hunkered kind of hole where you can just point your gun in one direction and just kind of wait, right? So that's exactly what I'm doing here. They can't come from behind me because my teammates are all out there, or at least I will know if they are going to come from behind me. I'll have some warning, but all I have to do is watch this one direction and kind of support my teammates. So as soon as I look up at my minimap and see we get killed off and there's a guy close, I hear the call out right and the left. I expect any minute they could run in the back, but I still want to watch this until I know for sure I need to turn around. So at this point, I only have 1 teammate alive and he's all the way out. So at this point, I know I can get up and just check the, just hold the hill. So I don't really play this the best here. What I should have done probably is just sat behind the desk because instead I give away my life for free. I do get some damage in, and so my other teammate who's there manages to get a kill. But what I should have done is just stayed behind the desk there, just held a head glitch, and just tried to rack up some kills from there and just keep it white. So my teammate does a good job there of just reassuring and calming everybody, saying we're all right. You know, that is part of this thing about how to do it, how to embrace that mindset and the mentality of how to come back score wise when you're negative. So it's 170 to 187 right now, but before this we were down a good amount of points, and you'll see how we'll go down even more points as this progresses and how we eventually do turn it around.
Nice. Just keep it white. That guy top there's just gonna be living up there.
So at this point, I'm not really concerned in killing that guy top third. I do just want to shoot at him, make him weak, make him know that, hey, I know you're there. I'm not going to let you get any more kills for free. I'm going to hold this head angle on you, and I'm going to make you have to crouch and recover. And I throw a little safety nade in case they run out of time. But now I just see it turn red, and my teammates are rotating. So that means because I know they're rotating, I can trust them to hit that rotation. I can chow this a little bit longer since I'm farthest away from the new hill and try to keep it white as long as possible. And luckily I managed to kill this guy here. And we managed to get the other guy off and get some scrap. So we got the 2 guys that were left over here. So now at this point I'm just crossing my fingers, hoping my teammates will be able to kill the guys over at new. And they do get one. And the other guy who's there, we get traded out. So my teammate gets a huge 2-piece here, and we spawn close. So now immediately I'm like, okay, whoops, spin around. So let me kill this trophy. And he just says I spawned P3, so they're going to be here any second. Sure enough, they're right there.
Stay down for a second.
So here's another example of a power position, I would say, for this hill. Holding this top angle and just focusing here. I could have stood out on the ledge and focused down, but at this point we have a lot of guns. I can see on my mini-map here, we have a lot of energy already sort of directed at this bottom area. I just pretty much want to be a team player and guarantee that they don't come from here and hurt my team from here. And unless they do like a jump, you know, unless somebody's really gifted mechanically, they're probably not going to kill me before I at least do a significant amount of damage to them. At this point, the one thing that is open is our flank, but this is the one good thing about this hill is whoever's on hill right here can kind of watch the flank, and even though they're not really in a great position to attack the person who might be flanking, they can at least watch it.
I got top red.
And that's 3 down right there. So at this point, even if somebody did come from the flank, at most they'd get 1 kill, and we would just easily turn on them and pick them off if they did. So again, thinking in terms of like looking at the kill feed and seeing when you have 2 or 3 down, that's when you have to like take a second, like, okay, now I can relax. Like you have to relax yourself a little bit. Okay, where do I want to optimally be? What position can I take that would be really great for me right now? Like what if I could go anywhere on the map, where would I want to go? And what makes sense? Look at where your team is. You know, what are they kind of watching? How can I go somewhere that's gonna offset what they're watching, so we're not, you know, double or triple stacking? They're in great positions here. This is a great spot for someone on the hill to be watching bottom, but they can easily get behind cover. And this is also a great position. They can kind of watch top and bottom. So again, the one thing that is open is P3, but we don't have to worry about that at this point. So I'm expecting at any time somebody to chow this. Whoever spawned in, of course, is probably either going to start rotating or they're already watching it. And it looks like we just got a kill on the flank. So it's only a matter of time, I know, before somebody is going to chow this. It's just you kind of have to chow it. Like, this is a great angle to try to break this hill from. But unfortunately, I'm just watching it down. I know that this is where they're going to be coming from.
Oh, he's pissed.
And so now I can relax a little bit and check the bottom as well. So you can kind of hold this little off angle. And it sounds like his teammate did not call me out when he was up there, because this guy, even though he could have easily killed me there because I was not pointed at it at all, I managed to get that second guy too, and a third guy. So at this point, I'm just heating up. So we get a good string of kills. And the fact that my other teammate just got a kill at P1 means we won the battle to the rotation as well. So we are just sitting high and mighty right now.
Running on. One top fire. He's weak on time.
So I probably should have watched my back right there. I probably should have anticipated, like, knowing the timing of the map, how they were going to come in. But, you know, I think it works out. I got the guy weak on time. and I call them out. But at this point,
huge double, huge triple, boys.
So again, a lot of it does come down to I'm adjusting my gameplay based on how my team is doing. And because my team is just absolutely running the map right now, I can relax a lot more, and it makes it a lot easier for me. So at this point, I know the last guy is on time, contesting it. My mindset is literally laser focused. Like, I'm running at the time, and I'm killing this guy no matter what if my teammate doesn't.
He's scared.
And he does just in time. So I know based on the timing, I probably threw the stun a little bit early. I probably could have waited a little bit longer. But now we're triple stacking time. We only need 18 seconds to win. So instead of standing here, like, this is just a great position to get from. I don't really have the time to get up on the roof, but I'm just going to run at these guys. I know I should have a little bit of time. And sure enough, they're going to be sprinting. You know, they're not going to have their guns up. He's going to have his pistol out, and it's going to be up in the air. So if I just slide around this corner, I'm guaranteed one. And he says below you. And I think my subconscious, like, obviously I was about to turn around anyway, but I mean, you just look around and see this. I just get a great mechanical drop shot there. And I'd see another one who's up top. So honestly, I don't know how they got up top. They must have spawned chicken, or maybe they even spawned behind us. But we do have a guy up there. And I'll say this too about spraying bodies. Normally I don't condone that. But this is one of those things when you're about to win.
Oh, another one. They'll shit on.
When you're just up and you're about to win, you know, and especially when it's been a close game and you just really want to propel yourself, you know, that last like final push to get yourself over the edge. You know, sometimes it's all right to let a few extra bullets out. You know what I mean?
Top AC, top AC.
And we do kill that guy, get him super weak.
One more on me, one more on my body.
And honestly, I should have died right here. I'm by myself, and I was mid-reload animation. But this is the last guy alive, because I know I just got two. We just killed that third guy. So this is the last guy. So at this point, I'm just feeling ultra confident. I'm chowing this guy. He has no idea. They have another guy dive on. We launch a cruise, but at this point, he has no idea what he's doing. And my teammate gets a double there, just the icing on the cake, and we end up closing out the game there. So
let's fucking go, boys. I just finessed that guy right there.
So yeah, honestly, you know, big takeaways is adjust to how your teammate is playing and play accordingly. Pay attention to the maps, spawns, like be mindful of where they think you're going to come from. And even if you're down in score, keep that forward momentum going. And another big takeaway I'd say is that one break that we did at the P3 where we had a man disadvantage, like stopping instead of trying to just run gung-ho at the hill and just trying to go in like MacArthur and just bust everything up and try to break it yourself. Just take the time, wait for your team to get there. You're much more likely to do it. Like, you know, that guy was in a great position back there and he managed to get that three-piece on us, so we weren't able to break it. But I think we had the right idea of just waiting, because if at least two of us would have gotten back there, we would have had a really good chance at disrupting their break. So, you know, if they're holding P3 and they have a guy top third, he's not really going to be a lot of help if we manage to get behind P3 and break in the back. He's actually no help at all. So that is one thing to consider, is if you can break in from that junkyard side, that guy who's top P3 is pretty much useless. Hopefully some part of that was helpful. Comment down below whatever it was. If there was any key takeaways, I'd love to know. Have a great rest of your day, evening, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.